All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, today I figured, since we had some issues a couple days ago discussing this matter, I figured, it's probably best to give everyone their chance to say something on the subject, because I feel like you know that I took it like uh, I made it too much about my own my own beliefs and my own views and everything on it. So I want to make sure that everyone has their chance to say something on the subject. And so I thought that it was probably wrong of me to give some of the guys a hard time for believing in conspiracy theories, even though I personally don't believe in them. Uh, and I consider UFOs to be different based purely on the fact of my close encounter. So, other than that, I can't believe it. But there is something that I want to read out, and I will post a link in the comment section on YouTube, so you guys can come in and join the discussion. What's up, you guys? But let's make sure that when anyone who comes on, make sure you keep yourselves on mute until you're unless you want to say something, so that way we're not stepping over each other's toes and everyone gets a chance to talk and finish what they're saying. What up, Sergeant Shill, Rafael Ruiz, Gyro 420, Anonymous Shill? How you doing, brother? You guys doing good? I do have a report. I have a story actually that I want to read out, and let's see here. All right, so let me get myself up on screen. What up, Gyro 420? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Shit, man, I'm just setting this shit up. What up, Sergeant Shill? Doing good?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, brother.
All right, let me try this.
Oh, hang on one second.
Can you hear me now?
You sound kind of muffled. Now we can hear you, dude. Much better.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
How about now?
What up?
Nah, it sounded better before.
Yeah, the whole thing is I can't hear you because the mic cuts off the fucking sound from my Bluetooth headphones, and I was just trying.
I told you, Bluetooth is fucking not the way to go, man.
No,
I got a couple.
No, this is an old pair I had laying around. I was trying to get around that microphone problem.
Oh, because it sounded good when it sounded up close, man. But
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you, buddy. What up, Jax? Orchestrated Matters, how you guys doing?
What's up?
What up, brother? What up, Arifo? How you doing, brother? Glad you could join us, man.
I'll have a good setup, man, by fucking Monday.
Oh yeah, man. We know it, dude. You get it down, man. No problem. All right, so anyway, let me check the comments on YouTube real quick, make sure I'm not missing anybody.
So did you end up giving your stalker what he wanted?
What's up?
Did you end up giving your stalker what he wanted?
Giving my stalker what he wanted?
Some of that dick.
Yeah, I probably should have, right?
That's all he wants.
Motherfucker. You know what he wants, dude. All right, hang on a second. So anyway, like I said at the beginning of the show, that I feel bad about a lot of people believe in other different conspiracies and stuff like that. I know ufology is considered a conspiracy all in itself, and so I thought it was a kind of a like a dick move on my part. However, I just want to read something out, and I think it's important because then it kind of helps you guys see like where I'm coming from. All right, just so I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this. All right, hang on a second. What's up? Yeah, everyone go on mute. Thank you, Sergeant Shell. Yeah, so if you guys could put yourselves on mute, that would be fantastic. I'm sharing my screen. All right, so this is a article by Inverse, which is a cool fucking little magazine or whatever. It does a bunch of science stuff like that, right? So it says, this is just came out, October 17th, 2017. The world is a scary, unpredictable place that makes your brain mad. As a predictive organ, the brain is on constant lookout for patterns that both explain the world and help you thrive in it. That ability helps humans make sense of the world. For example, you probably understand by now that if you see red, that means you should be on the lookout for danger. But scientists report in a new paper published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, sometimes people sense danger even when there is no pattern to recognize. And so their brains create their own. This phenomenon called illusory pattern perception. They write, it is what drives people who believe in conspiracy theories like climate change deniers, 9/11 truthers, and Pizzagate believers. The study is especially timely. Recent polls suggest that nearly 50% of ordinary non-pathological Americans believe in at least one conspiracy theory. Illusory pattern perception, the act of seeking patterns that aren't there, has been linked to belief in conspiracy theories before, but that assumption has never really been supported with empirical evidence. But British and Dutch scientists behind the new study are some of the first to show that this explanation is in fact correct. The researchers came to this conclusion after conducting 5 studies on 264 Americans who focused on the relationship between irrational beliefs and illusionary pattern perception. Initial studies revealed that the compulsion to find patterns in observable situation was in fact correlated with irrational beliefs. People who saw patterns in random coin tosses and chaotic abstract paintings were more likely to believe in conspiratorial and supernatural theories. The study showed how susceptible people can be to external influences. 2, reading about paranormal or conspiracy beliefs. The researchers' report caused a slight increase in the perception of patterns in coin tosses, paintings, and life. And reading about one conspiracy theory made people more likely to believe in another one. Following a manipulation of belief in one conspiracy theory, people saw events in the world as more strongly causally connected, which in turn predicted unrelated irrational beliefs, write the authors. The researchers suggest that irrational beliefs are born from pattern perception because of their automatic tendency to make sense of the world by identifying meaningful relationships between stimuli. But distortions can happen, and the brain can connect dots that aren't actually existent, are actually non-existent. People are bad at judging what's random and believe that oftentimes patterns are actually coincidences, which leads to irrational connections between unrelated stimuli. For example, just because societal power is dominated by the rich does not mean those rich people are Illuminati Satanists, though that is a thing that many people believe. Fortunately, other scientists have found a way to block the pervasiveness of illusory pattern perception. Critical thinking. In a previous interview, North Carolina State University psychology professor Anne McLaughlin told Inverse that critical thinking is something that can be taught, and if people are trained in the right way, pseudoscience and false conspiracies can be combated with logic and reasoning. The brain try to make false connections, but that doesn't mean you have to believe it. So, I thought that was an excellent article because that's one thing I pride myself on is critical thinking, and I think that's I think critical thinking is highly important. You guys know that, you want to be like an open-minded skeptic. You want to be a critical thinker about situations. So when it comes to like conspiracy theories, this is why I don't believe in them. Because I'm a critical thinker about stuff, and so that's I get upset about stuff when I'm like, I think people aren't like taking into consideration certain aspects of stuff. But, I understand that it comes hand in hand with the being a part of the UFO community. And so I wanted to make sure I got everyone's, you know, thoughts and opinions on it. And so I didn't want to leave anyone left out because I know that was kind of shitty of me the other day and I felt bad about it. But I want to let you guys kind of know, you know, that's how I see the world, you know, like it's like that. So it makes sense to me to be a critical thinker about things, you know. But feel free to open up your mic and fucking have at it. What's up, Anonymous Shield? Couldn't hear him. Anyway, and he's gone.
I don't know. Sergeant Schill said the other day, you know, that plane hitting the Pentagon was the equivalent of like a hole-in-one. Well, I mean, wouldn't it be kind of like there was 3 hole-in-ones given? Yes, those are big-ass buildings, but they said that maneuver and fly those planes into all those buildings, like they would have been very, very highly trained pilots. And
well, not really. You know, I mean,
know.
once you're flying a plane, just hitting a World Trade Center is, I mean, that was a big fucking building, dude. You know, I mean, like you could,
It's,
you know,
it's still supposedly not easy to do, though.
well, just because it's might not be easy. I mean, anyone who knows how to fly a plane would probably know how to fly it into something if they wanted to. You know, especially something that size. I mean, it is a big, giant building. I mean, like, you know, it's like, you know, can you drive your car into a building? You know,
But the thing,
Well, there's a little bit of a difference, you know. I mean, maybe Smooth Virus would know a little bit better.
but the thing is,
Supposedly, you know, they hadn't been well or for very long, but the hijackers.
the thing is, it is kind of hard to hit those buildings and things. All things considered, you know, it's not no amateur Cessna pilot. You know, the thing is they got to remember when they took those planes over, they were already at cruising altitude or damn near it, right? Which is like 32,000+ feet. Okay, ranging what 32 to 44, I think, anywhere in between. And they got to bring it down to the level of these buildings. And they didn't circle around like a close miss or whatever. Don't forget, you're dealing with a big aircraft and it takes time to move. So to drop it down and come in and hit those buildings pretty much straight on from their cruising altitude, it takes some skill, you know, regardless. But the pilots, 2 of them that flew in, I don't know if it was on the same plane or one on each plane, lived 5 minutes from where I lived, man, back then in Florida and in Vero Beach. They went to the flight school just down the road from me. They lived 5 minutes from my place, bro. I probably seen them at the fucking convenience store. Never knew it, you know?
no shit.
Pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
what the
pretty
fuck?
crazy.
Like, I'm just going to work.
Make sure you
Well,
keep
I had just
yourself on
moved-
mute while we're talking, you know.
I had
So
just
make
moved
sure we
to
take
the
turns.
States that year, too.
What's up, Sergeant Shill?
I had just moved to the States that March. Yeah, I was, you know, Canadian originally, but
Yeah.
I had just moved to the States that March, and that went down. But that's pretty crazy shit.
Yeah, it is. You know, but I mean, I do think that these guys who did train, you know, to fly planes or whatever. I mean, they obviously did it. You know, it obviously happened, and so you know, when you're saying that when you're saying, oh, it would have been like 3 holes in one. Well, then it was 3 holes in one because I fucking watched the plane on live TV hit the motherfucker.
Well, exactly. And
You
the,
know?
and the ones
Why did they?
the guys that flew into the Trade Center too, they were doing quite well in their flight school. Like they were training for the jets.
Mhm.
It's my understanding. But the
Flight
one with the
93.
Pentagon, but the one with the Pentagon, guy that flew that one there, that hole in one that I call it,
Mhm.
guy, man, failed out his test prior. You know what I mean? Like he was about to flunk out of flight school. So,
Yeah, but
that's the interesting thing.
you know, but
And
it's like a hole in one.
that where that flight 93 is, the plane didn't even crash there, man. It crashed a couple of miles down. Fuck, that's where the actual debris field is. I mean, you look at
It's like 2 hours. 2 hours away from where I live, where Flight 93 supposedly came down.
Yeah, but where the memorial is and everything, the alleged spot, like nothing happened there. There was no debris. Debris field was so much further away. But anyway, you know, it's on the internet, man. It's easy enough to find, man. I like 9/11, horrible thing, and everything, but I'm so over digging in that, man.
The evidence that I see on Flight 93 just looked like a black hole in the ground.
You know, okay, so I remember back in when there was a thing called a value jet. You guys remember that? And the value jet crashed into the Florida Everglades. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they did, what did they have of the plane? What was left?
They had pieces not much larger than a foot.
It didn't even look like it didn't even look like a plane hit the ground. Like it didn't even look like there was anything there. It like sank into the muck or whatever and was completely engulfed and just disappeared. There was just a couple little scraps of metal around that let you know that that's where it hit, but it disappeared.
But that's that case. The Flight 93 one, okay, you have that one spot, okay, but there is an actual debris field from the plane, the wreckage, engines and shit, and fuselage at this other site. Now, why did they contain that one site that actually had the wreckage? Nobody went there, man. They just had they directed everybody to that other site. They kept everybody away from the other site. So, you know, there's that, but, you know, the fucking plane crashed. Yes, that did happen. It got taken over there. It's not, you know, 200 people with new identities fucking living in the Cook Islands off of New Zealand.
Yeah, right.
I commented the other day.
There is one aspect of the.
Go for it.
Go for it. What were you saying, man?
I was telling him to go for it.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say there's one little part of the 9/11 thing that turned out to be true, and it's what I think is interesting is whenever there's an empty space because there's no information, it gets filled in with all these crazy conspiracy theories. And when you find out what the actual thing was that was being withheld, it's usually much more grounded. In the case of 9/11, it turned out that the Saudi government and Saudi intelligence and business friends of the Bush family had links of 1 degree or 2 degrees separation to the people who ran the 9/11 attack, the people who kind of quarterbacked it from Saudi Arabia, and that information was kept hidden until it was released. Secret until it was released in early, I think, 2016, and nobody really noticed. That's the reason why they do it. They just said this is going to be secret for 15 years, and then they released it and said, we think, you know, some of the Bush oil family people and some of the Saudi prince intelligence people were involved in the attack, and they kept that secret because it would have screwed up the whole
do you think?
Invasion of Iraq, and like they needed Saudi Arabia to invade Iraq. So there are conspiracy theories. It's just when you find out what they are, they're almost always nothing like the crazy shit that has been talked about for years.
Exactly, like holographic planes hitting or the no planes at all hitting it, you know. But yeah, there is conspiracy to it. Like, you know, and like I agree with Tom. I've actually said that before about this, about 9/11, that the only thing I see that's a conspiracy is that it's fucking Saudi Arabia and not Afghanistan, and that's the fact that we use that to go to war with Iraq, you know. So
that's where all the money was.
There, you know,
Hey,
which is fucked up.
Hey, check the comment section. There's a lot of questions going on there.
Oh yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
What do you think about Dick Cheney and Halliburton?
Oh, that fucking cocksucker, dude. I can't fucking stand Dick Cheney, dude. That motherfucker, man.
I thought you would say that.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't stand Dick Cheney. That fucking son of a bitch, dude. He don't give fucking 2 fucks about anybody, man. What up, Z-Rex? How you doing, buddy? Oh, so not a conspiracy, Jack. Fuck, how long before I can join? Me and my homeboy gonna go tag team. This is how real fast if I can get on. Yeah, come on, man. What up, Giggity? How you doing, buddy? I question that all 3 buildings collapsed. You know, I mean, like straight up, you know, like I remember watching the second plane hit the tower live, dude. You know, it happened, man. You know, but they're like, you know, like Tom said, like, you know, the conspiracy there is that it was Saudi Arabia and not Afghanistan, and that's what was fucked up, man. You know. Jack Smith, can I be a part? Yes, you can be a part. Of course you can. There you go, buddy. Are you having issues getting on or something?
I commented the other day that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You know, I don't bring up anything like that. It's just I look at some of the facts of that day, and some of it's just, you know, it doesn't align like it should. Like supposedly they grounded some fighter jets that day because they were running an you know, scenario drill, so they already were pretty much prepped, and they could have stopped that second plane.
Well, I mean, I don't think
that's the, you know, some of the things that are just.
They were running, I believe, 47 or 48 drills that day.
You know, yeah. So it's like, you know, it's like they probably run drills all the time. You know, but I mean,
they do. But I mean, that's an extraordinary amount, and there was a large percentile of those that involved similar facts and similar situations, and it wasn't just one or two. There were several, you know, little variances here or there in that hijack situation, but they did have it, and what do you call it? And it affected.
The hell was that?
Like.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but box cutters are your life flying into a fucking big ass building. You know, I mean, I think I'd take the hit from a box cutter.
They had no idea that was going to happen.
You could listen to the air traffic between the control towers, the Air Force, the NORAD, and everybody on that day. You know, they're calling up Giant Killer and everything. Like, hey man, we need to scramble jets and shit. You know, like it was a serious thing. If you listen to all of that. You're going to get your answers to a lot of these conspiracy questions, man. And it is available on YouTube.
And I want to point out that when he says, you know, the box cutters are flying into a building, you got to remember, back before that happened, when a plane got hijacked, you were lucky if you're American. You're like, oh, sweet, they're going to ransom us off. That's all. There was no, people got hijacked all the time, and we got ransomed off. We never got flown into buildings before, so no one on that plane knew that was coming. I mean, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to sit here, it'll be fine. They're going to land, they're going to give us $100 million and fucking, you know, probably land in Tehran somewhere and fucking, then they'll get us all back. That's, you know, that's what's happened every other time before, you know? And so
was it Flight 93 fought back?
Well, yeah, but by that time, they fucking already knew about the other planes hitting the buildings, and people had cell phones, and they're like, hey, the hijackers have hijacked other planes, and they crashed them into the World Trade Centers, and they're going to crash your plane into the fucking White House, man.
Cell phones in 01, though, on a plane?
How many cell phones in 2001?
Yeah, that's the thing about the cell phones. What about that cell phone? What about the cell phone thing? Yeah, like you said, at altitude, all these people say you couldn't make a cell phone call.
You can make a cell phone call at altitude. I mean, it was 100% possible. Yeah, absolutely.
Shit, you can't even do it now, man. When's the last time you're taking a flight, bro?
No, you could. And plus, they also had airphone, man.
Well, the airphone, yes. In 2001, yes, but there's no way somebody's cell phone worked at altitude in 2001 on a plane. There's no way.
Yeah, but someone's people were calling on airphone though.
Yeah, if you were under 4,000 or 3,000 feet back then, yes, but not at any altitude over that. But airphone, yeah, anytime. Like, but yeah, the airphone, yes. But the thing with the cell phone, that you know, people pointing that out, it's accurate.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, I mean, they have recordings of the people talking on their cell phone on the plane. So unless you're saying that that's fake, then they talk to somebody on their cell phone, you know?
Well, I think those recordings, I think what the thing is they're not disclosing is that the aircraft was at a lot lower altitude for at a different
probably.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, that could make sense, man. Jax, what are your thoughts, brother?
Well, I mean, personally, I mean, if you look at that second plane that goes in, you can clearly tell it wasn't even like a real commercial aircraft, I think. Didn't look like one to me. It looked military to me.
Really?
It was gray.
Yeah, gray. Dark
Like a-
gray in color.
Like an Air Force plane.
Yeah, but I think that dark gray is artifact from the type of film and quality of the cameras and such back in 2001.
Yeah, but everything else was all lit up though.
It's
Everything
just
else
Yeah.
was good.
a play of light, man. You could shoot a scene and the shadows will play differently from fucking when you pause it and then take it off. Like there could be, you know what I mean? They could pick up shit differently, and that's a fucking thing coming.
Well,
That's coming in at speed, so there's that playing into it. I think it's just shadowing, man. The grayness. Myself, I could be wrong.
Anonymous Shield, what are your thoughts?
Well, I've listened to the recordings of the people talking on the planes. I've watched the videos, and there's a lot of connection with the Bush family stuff there. I think there's definitely a conspiracy someplace. My biggest problem is, and this is what really gets me, is they found the passports and the driver's license and the receipts from the terrorists on the ground.
I mean, I've only heard that in conspiracy theorist stuff, dude. I've never actually seen
that comes right out. Well, that's because it was in the report, man. It was in the 9/11 report.
No,
I
that's
never
true.
read that.
That one's
comes
true.
right out of the-
It
right out of the
claimed they
federal
found a
government,
passport.
right out of it.
When was that in the report?
I never heard anything else. The passport I've heard, but not all that other stuff.
Yeah, but every time I heard about that passport, it was always and from some conspiracy website or something.
Yeah.
When I read the 9/11 Commission, I never read anything in there about them finding the terrorist passport, man.
I'll try and dig some of the crap up and I can email it to you.
Yeah. Could you find it? Because I mean, I
It's
certainly don't
interesting.
remember that being in there.
You know, what I'm saying is that I think that after it happened, I think we knew fairly quickly who did it because they wanted to be found. Not saying that our government went out there and threw the passports out and crap it or threw out the information. I think that one of the groups deliberately took, how do I want to put it? They deliberately wanted to be found out so they could take the fame for it. Now, I looking at the reaction on Bush's face when you look at the infamous video when they walk over and they tell him, he doesn't look as surprised as he should. So I think that's why they're running those drills. I think they knew something was going to happen or heard something was going to happen because they're running the drills on the exact same day. And, you know, I agree. It's very fishy that all that stuff happened on the exact same day and everything else. But I don't have any other answers other than that, man. But I'll happily look up the information for you.
Yeah, I would like to see that from from the 9/11 Commission.
I mean, I got no doubt that it was a plane that, both towers, whatever. But the thing is that when you look at that second plane that hits the second tower, the wings go inside the building. If you're looking at the wing, if you're inside the plane and you look out at that wing, it says "Do not step on the wing." Those wings would be snapped off instantaneously.
Going at that speed, they would have plowed right through it.
I disagree.
They wouldn't have just broke off like matchsticks or something. Those going at that speed, they would have plowed right through it.
I think they would.
Well,
Another part. If they're not going to hold the weight of a man, they're not going to hold that to go through a building, even at that speed.
Well, I mean,
there's no way.
Think of a piece of straw that goes through a telephone pole during a tornado. You get what I'm saying? It's the speed at which this object is coming in and hitting that it's going to cause it to, merge with it.
That's what else makes it hard, though. I mean, they're at that speed and they're flying into a building. Like, that's a lot of speed to control to hit a building.
That's a large amount of energy, man, and momentum, inertia, everything. I mean, there's a sheer
Force
factor involved. I mean, it's going to disintegrate the aluminum.
Yeah, force equals mass times acceleration. A lot of acceleration.
There you go. Sounds legit. And but I mean, that's going to shear steel. I don't give a fuck, dude. I mean, look at a bullet. A bullet, if you look at those multi-million frame per second things of bullets hitting the wall, you see how it just disintegrates that thing. It's the same principle with this plane going through, but it's causing such damage on that steel. It's going to weaken it. You want to know something? No other steel high-rise ever, crumbled in its own footprint, after a fire. Blah, blah, blah. Well, none of those other fucking high rises got hit by a fucking commercial aircraft, man, going 400, 500 miles an hour. Come on, that's a lot of power. The building is going to come down.
You want to know something? And it's funny because I remember, my God, my dogs are being mean to each other. Sorry. I remember that there was, talk about planes hitting buildings. All right. There was a right-wing extremist who crashed his plane into a federal building in Texas in 2005, and no one fucking knows about it. And it's so funny. It's so few people know about this, and it fucking happened. And it's like, well, I mean, just saying, I was like, how come that wasn't a major story? There's my conspiracy belief. How come this wasn't fucking brought up, dude?
I remember that it was an IRS bill.
That's
into the IRS.
That's absolutely.
That was a big story.
That shit,
Wasn't it a Cessna?
No, it was much bigger than a Cessna. It was like a fucking God, it was like a private jet or something, like a fucking
It was a Piper, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
it was a Piper, the twin engine, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was like maybe kind of like a style like a Learjet, something like that, but not obviously like a Learjet, but like something like that, like it was a bigger. It wasn't just like a Cessna, it was a bigger one.
It was a Piper.
A Piper, maybe, yeah, twin engine. I mean, that fucking.
I think there was a younger kid at one time too that was
fucking
right. And flew into the building too. I think there was two different ones.
Yeah, there was one where the kid fucking crashed into the building and he had like a note in his pocket and he was like sipping. They found his body, dude. Like his crappy little plane barely did shit to it, dude. It'd been funny if it like bounced off the building and fucking fell down. What do we got on here? Ariful, am I pronouncing your name correctly? You on here, brother? Ariful, you there? I don't know if he's still there.
I'm not delusional though. I watched it.
Yes, he's naked. I love it. What up, brother man? Can you hear us, buddy? Ariful, are you there?
He's giving you window love.
There you go, brother. We got you, man. How you doing, man? So what are your thoughts, man? You're on here. You're new to the channel. What are your thoughts, brother?
Are you asking me?
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm very sorry. I just falling to sleep for a while, so I couldn't get what the conversation is going on about. What's your main discussion?
Oh, okay. Well, we were discussing 9/11, but if you want to tell us your thoughts on UFOs, because this is a UFO channel,
yeah,
we are always happy to hear those,
Okay.
Have you ever seen a UFO, Ariful?
I got it. Brother, when I was a student, I was the student of class 8. It was 85. Yes, it was 1985. That time I read Jules Verne. Jules Verne. Do you heard his name? Yes, Jules Verne.
Jules Verne.
Oh, Jules Verne.
Jules Verne. His book. He's discussed about the extraterrestrial. Alien. Jules Verne. And at that time, I from my school life, a lot of question in my brain is working, and I don't really, brother, I don't believe in any kind of known religion. I only believe in humanity and that is decreasing so quickly. Kindness, politeness, human. We can't call ourselves as a human because the qualities is decreasing. The quality is decreasing. We lost our responsibilities to our other brother, our neighbors, our society. Everywhere is everything is running like backward, not forward, and the generation, the current generation is just manipulating. They don't read anything. They just use internet to chat with a girl chatting with a boy, and that is. The knowledge, gather knowledge. We just forget to gather knowledge. And UFO.
Have you ever seen a UFO?
No. Because
never seen a UFO.
No. Because I'm my country is very poor. My country don't have any. I never see UFO. Although I never see UFO by myself, but I have read a lot of books, lot of videos on the UFO, and I believe it that we are seated. We are seated. We are made by another extraterrestrial or alien, whatever you say. We made by them. I don't believe. I'm an atheist. You can call me. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh no, it's fine. Well, let me get Anonymous Shield's opinion on this. Anonymous Shield, are you there still?
Yeah, I need a minute though, bro.
Yo, you fucking toker, dude. All right, take your minute, man. All right. Well, Raphael, you just popped up here. Raphael, what are your thoughts, brother, man?
About that we are.
No, about we're just talking about 9/11. Did you hear any of our conversation about 9/11?
He's been making stickers, man.
Brother, if you don't mind, I want to say about 9/11. It was
all right. Sounds good, buddy.
It was a conspiracy of Bush family. I believe it, and it was
really
internal. Only their internal conflict. It was their internal conflict who rule over this world. Who rule over this world like Rothschild, Fiber.
Be partially.
Say it again, Raphael.
Nothing like that.
Sorry. I can't. I couldn't hear. Yes.
Hang on. Put yourself on mute real quick, Ariful.
Okay. Thank you.
Raphael, you there? Raphael, you there, buddy? Are you working or what? What are you doing, man?
He's making stickers.
He's making fucking stickers, dude. Yes, you.
Now I can hear you. You were lagging out the whole time. I couldn't hear shit.
Oh, no shit, dude.
So, okay. I was saying that when I was like, the way I learned about 9/11 was I was with my grandma. She took me from school. We were shopping, and then we went home to her. And while we were going upstairs, So while we were going upstairs, the neighbor came really frenzied and shocked outside. Miss Clever, have you seen this? America is under attack. So many attacks. And then we went straight into the neighbor's flat, and she showed us the news, and we were all like, "Holy shit, this is so unreal!" And I was so young. I was in I think 12 years or so, or even less. When I saw it, it was so unreal. But when I got older and I researched into it, there were a few things that, yeah, like the Building 7, I cannot, I'm not sure that it collapsed because of the collapse of the towers. In my opinion, it's too less force from these two towers to just get collapsed. This building 7, you know.
Yeah. Well, you
So
know,
I think there's something involved.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well,
But I'm not quite sure.
I want to say I want to get to the comments on YouTube real quick. Jack the Stripper, you're gonna be on here real fucking high if you have room for you at the end. You were already supposed to be on here. What the fuck happened to you? But yeah, you guys don't want to know what I think. No, we do want to know what you think, Sean. That's why I fucking did this show today, you fucking cocksucker. But that's okay. So he says imploded. So I basically with that one word, I understand his theory. I think
Building 7's a bit weird.
But what's up, Tom?
I was saying Building 7 is a bit weird, but like I've always thought Building 7, it doesn't need to be this big deal, this big conspiracy. They had the CIA in there, they had the NSA in there, it was like the intelligence hub of New York, that building. And when you think about all the secrets and all the shit that was fucked up in that building, if I was them, I would say, you know, let's just fucking pull it. Let's just take the building down. So it's just when we'll cart all the rubble away and bury it somewhere and start over, rather than let a bunch of firemen and ambulance dudes and structural engineers and a bunch of civilians wander through the center of the Central Intelligence Agency's data center and clean up. It makes sense to me. And then they wouldn't be able to tell the world, because if they did, then all the Alex Jones explosives in the buildings, you know, hologram people would jump on that and be like, "Oh, you see." So
let me tell you something, Tom. Let me tell you something. That is the single best theory I've ever heard about Building 7, dude. I mean, fucking, it's not.
What would you do?
Okay. It's not ridiculous. It's like I think personally that it was just from the debris from the other building hitting it, but it would make sense that because they had all those other people in that building that they're like, fuck it, let's just fucking blow it up and take it down real quick, just because we don't want them to find our secrets anyway, and you're gonna have.
Yeah, I give it a 40% chance of being true. I give it a 40%.
The government was going great lengths.
Direct energy combined with demolition stuff. Sure, you know. That's why they blew it up. I don't think there's room for me. Or can you not hop on here? All right, full. All right, you guys, let's make room for some other people on here now, so we can get some other guys.
Yeah, I'll hop off.
Yo, I just watching YouTube. See ya.
All right, you guys, hop off. All right, so we can get some other people on here. All right. All right, yeah. So there should be room for you guys to come on here. What up, Alex? I'll check out Jen Stubble online on 9/11. Stubblebine. Don't know who that is, but I'll have to check him out. Golf man. I like that name. Disintegral planes were holograms. Directed energy weapons. I've heard that one before. Beast mode got ejected. Like, what the fuck, Alexia? Just return said it was thermite paint. That's true. Yeah, I've heard that before too. You know, but hey man, you know, wasn't the Pentagon hit by some kind of rocket? It wasn't a plane. Well, that's what some people say. Not me, but that's what some people say. And some people say thermite for sure and shit like that. That's what, you know, that's what they say. I don't believe it, but and Lee's bringing up Judy Wood. Fucking, I believe is an idiot, but that's just my opinion, you know. But now onto some different conspiracies, you guys. So let's I want to move on to something else because I want to try to get a couple of them in today, and I got one for you guys. So you guys know I am not a conspiracy theorist. All right, I'm a critical thinker, and that's just how I do things, you know, and it just works better for me in my life to do it that way. However, there is one thing that I think is a conspiracy, and that is JFK. So I want to go around and get your guys' thoughts on JFK. Ooh, Sergeant Schill, let's start with you, Robert. What are your thoughts, man?
In regards to what, the assassination itself?
Yeah, to JFK.
Well, the ballistics and the studies behind it.
Kyle, my brother-in-law worked in the office next to where the cruise missile had hit the Pentagon. Smooth Virus fucking lived right down the street across from me. He said it was a fucking plane, but anyway, that's fine. Conspiracy theorists are not critical thinkers. I'm sorry, but they're not. But anyway, let's get back to the new conspiracy, okay? I want to move away from 9/11, you guys. So let's stop bringing that up, if we could, please, and let's move on to JFK. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. All right, Sergeant Schill, go ahead. Oh, we lost Sergeant Schill. All right, Jax, are you on here?
Yep.
What are your thoughts on 9/11, or not 9/11, on fucking JFK?
My thoughts is that Harvey Oswald did not assassinate President Kennedy. Period. I think that there was. It's just there's two. One guy is going to get 3 shots off with pristine position.
Exactly.
In 6-7 seconds. Bullshit.
Yeah, bolt action rifle.
Just like Schill
There's
said,
no
the
way.
ballistics didn't match up.
You know, the thing is that they got the only way. I mean, you're going to talk about they ended up changing the parade route. Who's going to change the parade route? Who has the power to change the parade route? The United States government.
Right.
For one.
Exactly.
For two, if you're going to assassinate somebody, you're going to do in a triangle. Whatchamacallit?
Yeah, you're gonna make sure that he gets fucking hit. Yeah, like in a gauntlet, you know.
And then on top of that, you got people standing on the opposite side of the motorcade, and they're all ducking down because there's bullets coming from at them. And then you get President Kennedy's head going back into the left, and you're gonna tell me that is an entrance wound in the back of his head? The back of his head was completely blown out.
Fucking exploded.
That was an exit wound.
Gyro, make sure you keep yourself on mute, man. You gotta make sure you stay on mute until we'll go down the line and we'll get everyone's opinions on this. But I want to make sure it's one at a time so everyone can hear each other. Continue, Jax.
And plus, they had expert marksmen, including Jesse Ventura, who is an expert marksman himself, and none of them can do it. None of them.
Yeah, I agree. Now, let's keep going down the line. Orchestrated Madness, are you there?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on JFK?
I just think there was, he was in too much. It was just like Schill said, they did the ballistics, and that was totally, telltale of what went on the knoll that day. But there's, him just being embroiled with the civil rights issue at that time, everything like that, man, it had a major role to play in why he needed to be gone. And even at that, wasn't he supposedly involved in some, I don't know, he was gonna release information on UFOs and stuff like that?
Well, some people have made that claim, but I've never found any evidence for it. But let's keep going down the line. Sean, what are your thoughts, you crazy motherfucker?
Hey.
What up, buddy?
All right, so I think that I don't know the reason why they killed him. I think it's a multifaceted answer that I don't have the answer to. Power struggles with him being anti-establishment and trying to do what's good for everyone. They don't like that when you do that and you push back against let's just call it Hydra. It's a new fun name to say. Let's just call it Hydra. So, you know, Hydra had him killed, and I think that it's. I don't know if you guys have seen Dark Legacy, but it's more or less that's pretty much what I believe. Before I even saw the movie and documentary Dark Legacy
About the Bush family.
Yeah, yeah, about the ties to the Nazis, and they're one of the families affiliated with let's call it Hydra, and they didn't like JFK, so Prescott Bush gave the order down to Bush Jr., who was supposedly the lead agent on the mission, and then they hired out like 30 other known assassins from all over the world, and they all came down there and got him in that triangle, Daily Plaza or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was people in the sewer, there was people on the bridge, there was people in the building, and stupid ass Lee Harvey Oswald fell for it, thinking he was gonna do something. Like I think he wanted to be a part of it. And they were just like, "Yeah, come on."
You're a patsy, yeah. Come here, you little idiot.
I think that it kind of sounds dumb, but the movie with Kevin Costner, the JFK,
that was fantastic. Oliver Stone, that was a great movie.
I think that is really close to reality as well.
Gyro 420, what are your thoughts, buddy? Thank you, Sean.
I think it was the mafia.
You think it was the mafia?
Yeah, I think it had a part to do with Cuba.
Cuba?
And all the embargo that was going on at the time. They were if you think about it, all the gambling and stuff that was taking place down there, and all the trade and stuff that was going on down there. He shut it. That was a lot of money out of their pocket, so they had to get rid of him.
Gyro sounds like a fucking robot when he talks, dude. Yeah, but Gyro, your microphone's a little fucked up, brother. Arphil, what do you think, buddy?
It's his connection, not his microphone.
Yeah, his connection is fucking terrible, dude. All right, well,
yeah, I think it was a part of like an embargo against Cuba, and the mafia didn't want to lose a bunch of money, and Kennedy was trying to shut it down all at one time. Had to get rid of him.
Well, let me tell you guys my thoughts on JFK. Now, so I want to believe that it was Lee Harvey Oswald. However, when going back and looking at the evidence, and it's not just the shooting, not just like the Zapruder film, but when Lee Harvey Oswald was in the custody and shit like that, and they're going back over all these videotapes and stuff. There's one thing that really sticks out to me, and that was the cover of what was it, Life or Time magazine, where it blatantly shows a photoshopped image of Lee Harvey Oswald sitting in back with his gun and his Russian propaganda flyers, and it's like, dude, I mean, who's stupid enough to fucking, it's like fucking, who's stupid enough to stand back there like, I'm gonna just look, I'm so fucking guilty, look at me with a picture. And when you look at the picture, he's like balanced in a way that physics is like, it's impossible. All right, let me show you guys a picture real quick. I want to show you guys a picture of this, because I saw this picture and I examined this picture thoroughly in Photoshop, and I found many different discrepancies in it to prove that this is
cut his head out.
That it was a fucking Photoshop, an early Photoshop. So they were layering over it and taking pictures of it, with a fucking with a plate and shit, dude. All right, hang on a second, let me get this.
Yeah, they cut up old pictures and cut his head out and put it on another picture, and then took a picture of that, and then took some other stuff and put it in the picture, and they flipped it. I think that's how they were caught. They flipped it,
and then the face was the wrong shadow pattern.
Yeah, the shadow pattern coming up the face was midday, and the shadow on the body was morning.
All right, now here we go. Hang on a second, guys. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with everyone. So when I came across this picture, and I said, "This is fucking wrong, dude." All right, so this is what I ended up looking at, and I ended up fucking putting it in Photoshop and checking it out, and I was like, there's not just the main discrepancy, but there's a lot of other ones as well. All right, so check us out. This motherfucker, dude. Is he floating in space? Or what the fuck, dude? Look at this fucking guy, dude. I'm just saying, dude. Is he really standing like that?
Oh shit.
Okay, so not only that. No, not only that. Let me see here. Let me see if I can zoom in on this picture, possibly. All right.
Full screen image.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a full screen image real quick.
View image and control, and use your wheel on your mouse to zoom up.
No, that won't let me do it on there. I'm gonna have to save image, man.
You know what? It's in the illegal state.
Here, watch. Let me see here.
But that's what we do.
So take us out. I'll show you guys, man. Hang on a second. Okay, it's about to pop up. All right, here we go.
Looks like he's doing that Michael Jackson dance.
Bro, I'm gonna look at this, dude. Come on, man. I mean, how the fuck is he standing like this, dude? It just don't fucking make sense, man. You know.
He leaning up against shit.
You know. I'm just saying, dude. Fuck, man. You know.
Did you ever see the video where Jack Ruby shot?
Oh yeah, dude. I've actually seen that video several times, man, and that's interesting too.
There's a guy in the front. I think he's in the right-hand side. He's wearing glasses, an older guy. Pushes people out of the way. He knew that he'd be shot.
All right, so I want you guys to look at something. Look at his fingertips, man. Right here. His fingertips have been fucking cut off digitally. You see that? I don't know if you guys can see that at home, but because I don't know how well it's coming through. But even his fingertips are fucking cut off wrong. You know, they're fucking. So they made a mistake when trying to fucking edit this all together, dude.
It's coming through good on YouTube.
Is it? All right, excellent. Man. Yeah, because like I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's fucking. That's the.
It's atrocious. It's atrocious. Oh my god, it looks like PlayStation 1.
Right? Look at the gun here, dude.
Look at my fucking hand.
This looks like it was added over top of it and then added to the photo, all right? I mean, this gun shouldn't fucking be there, dude, you know? What's up with this?
That's all fake. The whole thing's
fake. What the fuck that is, dude.
The whole thing is fake.
What the fuck?
The whole fucking thing. Where is the shadow coming from on his face right here? It's broad daylight outside. Where the fuck is the shadow coming from? You know? I mean, look at the collar on his fucking shirt. Look at the size of it. Look at the size of his fucking neck, dude. He was a scrawny little.
He's got a roid neck. He got a roid neck.
You know? I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at the color difference in right here and the black here. You know? I mean, that's not fucking right, dude. It's just not fucking normal. Look, you know, there's just so many things about it that just prove that this photo is completely.
I fucked up a lot. I ain't gonna say a little bit.
You know, so I mean, there's a number of discrepancies in it. And another thing, okay, so when he's doing his interview, you see this shit right here. Okay, when he's doing his interview, during this exact fucking interview, I've watched this several times. All right, several times, and there's one thing that I noticed that fucking blew me away. All right. This guy right here. Oh, hang on a second. You guys can't see the screen, can you? Yeah, can you see my screen? Yeah, hang on. Let me screen share. Hang on. All right, check this out. So in the video of this interview right here, this gentleman right here, okay, Lee Harvey Oswald's starting to talk, and look, see his eye? He's beaten up. He got the shit kicked out of him. All right. As Harvey's talking, he says he's trying to tell the guys what's happening. And then this guy fucking nudges, he bumps into him, he like shoulder pushes him, like he grabs his arm, like pulls him. And Lee goes, I just want to keep it short and sweet, you know. And it just had nothing to do with the context of what Lee Harvey Oswald was saying at the time, and it made me think that they were in back, smacking him around, saying, "Go out there, keep it short and sweet, and get back inside." And that's what he did. He went out there and he nudged him. He was like, "So I gotta go." And then that's what they do, and they bring him back inside. And so it makes me think that they were roughing him up there. I mean, this is an evil motherfucker. I don't know about you guys, but I know fucking an evil dude. And look at what happened to Lee Harvey's big, thick fucking neck. He's got a skinny little pencil neck now. What the fuck happened to it, dude?
They beat it off.
Look at his little pencil neck. What the fuck happened to his big fat football player meathead neck, dude?
I don't know. The last picture looked like Henry Rollins.
Just look at the dude exciting. That's all you got. Look, the one on the right. Look at that motherfucker. Look at him.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, dude, they beat the shit out of him, dude. Look at this, dude. They fucking, the cops rocked his ass, dude.
Hey, that's a classic Patsy right there.
You know, dude?
He got pistol whipped and beat up.
Dude, I know a fucking patsy when I see one. Look at this little fucking prick. He's a total
That's
patsy.
him. Yeah.
I love it.
Why do you think they did that?
That's
Kyle?
my favorite picture. Oh!
Hey, he had no choice.
Kyle, why did they do that?
It's called the U.S. government.
Because shut him up. What the fuck happened to Jack Ruby, guys?
Jail.
He died of cancer.
You know?
In jail.
He died of cancer in jail.
Stomach cancer or pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
But why?
And look at him, dude.
Why do you think this happened?
If you spend enough time in prison, that's what happens to you.
Look at this shit, dude. I mean, that's just fucking funny, dude. You know?
Dead men tell no tales, man.
Fuck no, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly, man. You gotta fucking take him the fuck out, dude. You know, you take him the fuck out, and then they're like, "Oh, that's you gotta go through a fucking whole list of fucking people to get to the fucking truth, man." But it's like, why not put
It's a
up
lot
this little
easier.
fucking
It's a
idiot,
lot
you
easier.
know?
It's a lot easier to convict a dead man than a living man.
Oh, absolutely.
Kyle, who do you think did it, Kyle?
You know, really, honestly, I think it was probably like the banksters, man. You know, and I think that because, you know, I think that because at the time he was actually talking about
And the
America.
Fed.
Yeah, and the Fed, and America printing their own money and not using the Fed anymore. And they're like, there goes all of our fucking money, fellas. So we either take this dude the fuck out or we're not getting paid anymore, dude. And I mean, that's the fucking, I mean, I don't see any other way around it. And believe me, dude, money buys silence, dude. You know, and fucking when you got the Fed and you got all the money in the world, you got enough money
So
to tell people to shut the fuck up, you know?
Are you saying that Hydra did it?
Yes. Yes, the Fed, fucking Hydra.
It's no different today.
Yeah, all right, fuck you, Sean, you motherfucker. All right, yeah, you win.
But
Once they were all
It's even
involved in the
worse.
mob.
You know, I'm just saying, man. Fucking, I don't see any way around it, dude. I mean, like, fucking, you know, what is him being? Okay, so Lee Harvey Oswald, say he is working for the Reds or fucking. It's like, what's the point of taking out the fucking president? We weren't going to war with fucking. We weren't going to war with Russia. Like, fucking, they're not going to just fucking. You know, we didn't go and try to take out their fucking president. You know, they know that they would be linked back to them, and that would cause fucking war. You know, but since this, it's like, why didn't we link it back to them? Why didn't? If this was all because of Russia and this was Russia doing it, why didn't we go to war with Russia for killing our president? Because it had nothing to fucking do with Russia, dude. It had something to do with the fucking Fed, with the banks, man. You know, and they're like, oh, we're not going to get paid anymore. Because it's like literally the Fed gets paid to print money that don't fucking exist. You know, they change a couple of numbers around and all of a sudden they're billionaires and they're like, oh yeah, you know, all that shit was about to end. And they're like, hey man, there's only one thing we can do. We got to rub them out. You know?
I don't think it had anything to do with the banks.
Yeah, they don't think it had anything to do with the banks.
I think
Oh,
we
they
were
were
going
all
to go to war. We were going to go to war, and we were going to go to Vietnam, and Kennedy was trying to keep us out.
That's part of it too. It's all of every facet. All of it.
It all has to fall under color.
So they killed Kennedy
So what do you
so we
think
could
of-
go to Vietnam.
The military? Who's wanting that to happen? How are you gaining from that happening?
The globalists, the banksters, all of them.
What fucking
Forever
military
war
defense?
makes more money.
War is money.
That's right. Keep going, Jax. I gotta go get a pop. Keep hosting.
Yeah, war is money, man.
Well, I agree, but at the same point, I mean, I think like Sean said about the movie JFK, because I even looked up, did some research on it too, and actually Johnson, I think, was heavily involved, and he wanted to become president, and the only way to become president and give us the Vietnam War is to get rid of Kennedy.
Well, I think that was a sick thing where he was swore in right beside her while she was still covered in blood.
Exactly.
You know,
Man.
I think
That's a hard decision right there.
I think that's another conspiracy theory that fucking just came to light, just not that long ago, which was the Gulf of Tonkin attack. You know, we said that the Vietnamese fucking bombed our ships, but we in fact bombed our own ships. We bombed our own ships, and the CIA admitted this now. They're like, yes, we did it. You know, and I'm like, aren't there any repercussions for fucking going to war and causing 1 million people to die for fucking nothing? You know, I mean,
Same
like, what
thing
the
with
fuck?
9/11. It's a giant
Well,
ball.
they're all going now to Henry Kissinger.
I was just going to say, that's it. Like, they're going after Henry Kissinger and, what's her name? That lady.
Oh, I hate him. Oh, I hate him.
They want to get him for war crimes, you know?
He should be convicted of war crimes, dude. He's fucking disgusting.
Somebody needs a fucking headbutt him.
Yeah, fucking for real, dude. Right? Yeah, he needs a good old fashioned headbutt, dude. Fucking asshole. Henry Kissinger talking like this.
Throat punch.
Sound just like him.
Hey,
Henry
the
Kissinger
U.S.
talking like
didn't
this.
invent propaganda. They just perfected it.
Yeah, that's right. That is right, Jack. That's what he fucking sounds like.
Fast forward is
Hey, am I right or right?
Hey, fast forward is bouncing out, Kyle.
What's up? What do you say?
The comments.
Robert? Oh, comments. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. You know, sometimes, thank you guys, you gotta smack me and can fucking remember my ass because I'm fucking all over the place, dude. Hey, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to decide out to watch the meteor shower in Oridian's been seeing them all week. Best after midnight. The peak is this weekend. Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. You know, I'm going to try to get out and get some footage of that. And, you know what sucks is that it's cloudy as fuck outside. Or no, I think it's actually kind of cleared up, man. Well, if the meteor shower is fucking tonight, man.
Okay, but it's getting cold.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I'm gonna try to fucking broadcast that live, dude. I'm gonna go check it out, man.
How are the guys looking at your place?
When's it peaking, y'all?
How are the skies looking at your place?
Kyle.
What's up, buddy? The skies, last I checked, it was kind of shitty, but it seemed to be blowing over. But I'm gonna have to go and check it out again. And why is Frankie saying David Blaine?
Say what?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That was we were talking about something. I don't remember.
Anyway, man. Yeah, you know, so yeah, the media showers. You know, I want to go out and check it out and see what it's like outside. And, if I can't set it up for a live UFO hunt / meteor shower hunt, I guess something like that worked that the fuck out, man. But what up, buddy?
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Hell no, Arpo, you can't say shit. No, go ahead, buddy. No, go ahead, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I believe, actually, I believe that we are controlled. Not only we, the richest, also the global, the population of this earth. We are controlled by extraterrestrial, and among them there are also clarification. They're different from everyone is different, every pod or whatever you say. I believe that we are seated and we are made by other extraterrestrial who are also not among them. There are bad. As far I know that reptilians, aliens are they
Now you're losing me.
500 Earth-like energy. And I believe that. And also they decide who will be the president of the USA.
I mean, it's always a possibility.
I read a lot of articles, lot of videos I have collected on them. Just like move on. There are 70,000 evidence of the extraterrestrial. They're coming this earth from the very beginning. And I believe that because
all right,
on behalf of the presence of extraterrestrial, there are a lot of proofs there.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to say that I wouldn't jump out to say that there's I'm sorry, I got you on mute for a minute, man. I wouldn't jump out to say that it's reptilians per se or draconians, As soon as you put a label on an alien, you fucking lose me, dude. As soon as you say, well, it's the Archelians, dude, duh, dude, it's the Palladians and the Archelians, and I mean, come on, man, it's like they didn't come down here and tell you their fucking name, all right? I'm just saying, it's as soon as you get into that shit, you fucking lose me, the whole draconian fucking reptilian underworld fucking lizard people. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's fucking impossible. All right. It might be, okay. Maybe, but and just like grays. I mean, I think that like a gray alien, that's probably almost fucking impossible too, man. I like to believe that it's possible, like they're probably real, I mean, and a lot of people report them, but as soon as you tell me that they're fucking, the Archelian race, I just like, you fucking lose me, dude. As soon as you said this one has a name, fucking Zebop Boobop, I'm like, fucking, no, you don't know his name, dude. Stop fucking making up shit, dude, It's fucking, yeah. It's just, I lose it then, man. But, hey, man, to each his own, man. Alex, thanks for jumping on here on the last fucking minute, dude. You're fucking awesome, buddy. Alex, you motherfucker.
That's what I do. That's
Did
my
you get my message, Kyle? Yeah, he's like, Kyle's getting off. Sweet, I'll hop on now, dude. Yeah, fucking awesome.
I know. That's what I thought. I was like, as soon as I hopped up, I was like, is he hopping off? I was like, really? I was like, oh, that's my superpower, I guess. As soon as I hop
what
on,
the fuck? I see you're in the comment section talking to everybody else, and then I'm about to get up. He's like, all right, now I'll jump on. Oh, yeah, fucking dick.
No, but sometimes you guys are having some great conversations. Sometimes I just try to monitor the fucking the fucking chat and whatnot.
Hey, that's cool, man. No problem. You guys can keep the live going, man, or whatever the fuck, man. Actually, now that I know that the meeting shower is up, I want to go and see if I can't see anything out there.
Yeah, me
See what it looks like, and hopefully, if it's going, dude.
Fuck this shower. Just stay here with us. Fuck it. Let's just keep talking about some bullshit.
Yeah, the height of the media shower is until the weekend, though.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet, dude. What is today? Friday?
Thursday? Well, now it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's Thursday for you.
You know you're having a good time when you don't know what fucking day it is.
Shit, dude.
You never know what day it is.
Yeah, it happens to me often, but yeah. What's up? What's up, Sean? What's up, Sean?
What's up, Ken?
Oh
Shut up.
shit, dude. Yeah, well, fuck, dude. Fuck.
I'm just fucking with you, Sean. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to, because I actually want, now that I just, it's fucking meteor showers. I actually just want to get my ass out there and go look it up, dude. So.
Oh yeah. Do you actually get?
That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, live stream that shit then.
Oh yeah, if it's going down, man, if it's looking good, dude, I'm gonna live stream it, But
Definitely, yeah.
I'm gonna
It might
jump
be
off
cloudy.
here, man.
Kyle.
Okay.
Well done.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you get my Twitter message today?
You messaged me on Twitter today?
Yeah. Just look at it.
No, I'll go take a look at it right now, man. But,
Yeah. You understand?
All right, cool, man. All right, you guys. Well, I'm out of here. I will go take a look at the Twitter message, and I'm gonna go check to see what the skies are like, and if they're good, then I'm gonna live stream later. It won't be a Hangouts, but so I'll have to use another camera up for it. But hopefully it'll look fucking cool, dude. What's up, buddy?
You're gonna be on at 11.
Yeah.
Snap
Well, yeah, maybe if it's going, if the clouds are clear and if the skies are clear.
No, I mean.
And if not, yeah, I'll be on at 11 in the morning. So don't forget, you guys, to come and join us for that. And don't forget to pick up your UFO proof hoodie or T-shirt. The link is in the description box. And hit that subscribe button and that like button. And hit that notification bell on my homepage so you guys get notified every time we come on this and have a fucking Google Hangout where I post a video. Other than that, all right. Thank you guys for joining me. Alex, Aria Full, Jack Ripper, Jen, or Gyro 420, Sean, Jax, Sergeant Shill. You guys, as always, thank you for joining me, and I will catch you guys next time, all right? UFO proof out. All right, later guys.
Later, Kyle.
Not missing anybody.
So did you end up giving your stalker what he wanted?
What's up?
Did you end up giving your stalker what he wanted?
Giving my stalker what he wanted?
Some of that dick.
Yeah, I probably should have, right?
That's all he wants.
Motherfucker. You know what he wants, dude. All right, hang on a second. So anyway, like I said at the beginning of the show, that I feel bad about a lot of people believe in other different conspiracies and stuff like that. I know ufology is considered a conspiracy all in itself, and so I thought it was a kind of a like a dick move on my part. However, I just want to read something out, and I think it's important because then it kind of helps you guys see like where I'm coming from. All right, just so I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this. All right, hang on a second. What's up? Yeah, everyone go on mute. Thank you, Sergeant Shell. Yeah, so if you guys could put yourselves on mute, that would be fantastic. I'm sharing my screen. All right, so this is a article by Inverse, which is a cool fucking little magazine or whatever. It does a bunch of science stuff like that, right? So it says, this is just came out, October 17th, 2017. The world is a scary, unpredictable place that makes your brain mad. As a predictive organ, the brain is on constant lookout for patterns that both explain the world and help you thrive in it. That ability helps humans make sense of the world. For example, you probably understand by now that if you see red, that means you should be on the lookout for danger. Pattern perception, because of their automatic tendency to make sense of the world by identifying meaningful relationships between stimuli. But distortions can happen, and the brain can connect dots that aren't actually existent or are actually non-existent. People are bad at judging what's random and believe that oftentimes patterns are actually coincidences, which leads to irrational connections between unrelated stimuli. For example, just because societal power is dominated by the rich does not mean those rich people are Illuminati Satanists, though that is a thing that many people believe. Fortunately, other scientists have found a way to block the pervasiveness of illusory pattern perception. Critical thinking. In a previous interview, North Carolina State University psychology professor Anne McLaughlin told Inverse that critical thinking is something that can be taught, and if people are trained in the right way, pseudoscience and false conspiracies can be combated with logic and reasoning. The brain try to make false connections, but that doesn't mean you have to believe it. So, and you know, I thought that was an excellent article because that's one thing I pride myself on is critical thinking, and I think that's I think critical thinking is highly important. You guys know that, you know, like you want to be like an open-minded skeptic. You know, you want to be a critical thinker about situations. So when it comes to like conspiracy theories, this is why I don't believe in them. You know, because I you know, I'm a critical thinker about stuff, and so you know that's so like I get upset about stuff when I'm like I think people aren't like taking into consideration certain aspects of stuff, but I understand that it comes hand in hand with the being a part of the UFO community, and so I wanted to make sure I got everyone's thoughts and opinions on it, and so I do have a report. I have a story actually that I want to read out, and let's see here. All right, so let me get myself up on screen. What up, Jabba 420? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Shit, man. I'm just setting this shit up. What up, Sergeant Shill? Doing good?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, brother.
All right, let me try this.
Oh, hang on one second.
Can you hear me now?
Sound kind of muffled. Now we can hear you, dude. Much better.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
How about now?
What up?
Nah, it sounded better before.
Yeah, the whole thing is I can't hear you because the mic cuts off the fucking sound from my Bluetooth headphones, and I was just trying.
I told you Bluetooth is fucking not the way to go, man.
No,
I got a couple.
No, this is an old pair I had laying around. I was trying to get around that microphone problem.
Oh, because it sounded good when it sounded up close, man. But
can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you, buddy. What up, Jax? Orchestrated Matters, how you guys doing?
What's up?
What up, brother? What up, Arifo? How you doing, brother? Glad you could join us, man.
I'll have a good setup, man, by fucking Monday.
Oh yeah, man. We know it, dude. You get it down, man. No problem. All right, so anyway, let me check the comments on YouTube real quick, make sure. But scientists report in a new paper published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, sometimes people sense danger even when there is no pattern to recognize, and so their brains create their own. This phenomena called illusory pattern perception. They write it is what drives people who believe in conspiracy theories like climate change deniers, 9/11 truthers, and Pizzagate believers. The study is especially timely. Recent polls suggest that nearly 50% of ordinary non-pathological Americans believe in at least one conspiracy theory. Illusory pattern perception, the act of seeking patterns that aren't there, has been linked to belief in conspiracy theories before, but that assumption has never really been supported with empirical evidence. But British and Dutch scientists behind the new study are some of the first to show that this explanation is in fact correct. The researchers came to this conclusion after conducting 5 studies on 264 Americans who focused on the relationship between irrational beliefs and illusionary pattern perception. Initial studies revealed that the compulsion to find patterns in observable situation was in fact correlated with irrational beliefs. People who saw patterns in random coin tosses and chaotic abstract paintings were more likely to believe in conspiratorial and supernatural theories. The study showed how susceptible people can be to external influences. 2, reading about paranormal or conspiracy beliefs. The researchers' report caused a slight increase in the perception of patterns in coin tosses, paintings, and life. and reading about one conspiracy theory made people more likely to believe in another one. Following a manipulation of belief in one conspiracy theory, people saw events in the world as more strongly causally connected, which in turn predicted unrelated irrational beliefs, write the authors. The researchers suggest that irrational beliefs are born from